I got into recruitment by accident. So I didn't choose it as a career. I happened to go into an agency and they chose me, to be honest. And that was 25 years ago and I never looked back. I'm a people person and that is what recruitment is. It's just amazing for that. The day-to-day journey in recruitment is all about meeting people. So you're finding jobs for them, you're talking to companies, and actually the really exciting thing for me is when I find out loads about a company that I didn't even know existed. Companies that do things that you never come across in everyday life, and suddenly you've got a job to recruit for them and you know something more about the world that you didn't know happened, and then you're going to find candidates for those. So every day I'm interviewing, I'm looking at CVs. My consultants, we must look at about 300 to 400 CVs a day. We give each CV 4 to 5 seconds and you're in or you're out, which sounds a little bit harsh, I know, but it's all done on time, and obviously time is money. So for us you're in or you're out in that 4 to 5 seconds. We then give you another 30 if you make it in, and then after that we give you 3 to 4 minutes and then we make a phone call. And that then is the really exciting part of recruitment, because once we get to the phone and we're talking to people, they're telling us about themselves and what's great about them, and we're making that match, and that's what's really good. In terms of those that are graduating and entering the job market, I think there is lots of confusing advice out there. So I think everyone has to take themselves as who they are rather than following all the rules of job hunting. My biggest piece of advice to anybody is, a graduate or not, know who you are. Know what floats your boat. Don't spend time or trying to do a job or looking for a job when you won't be good at it because you don't enjoy it. So the first to do for any graduate or school leaver that's straight entering the world of work, do some sort of personality profile. Recognise your strengths and let's try and avoid some of those weaknesses. The next thing I think graduates need to be very aware of is their engagement, their digital presence online, and how easily they're optimised, because it is no longer about just writing a CV a certain way. It's all about making sure that you can be found online. And a hint, for example, and this is probably a really good example, if you have never done receptionist, you've never done that role, and say you come out and you decide, actually that's where I want to start. I want to start in a company that does chemistry because that's my degree, but I need to start at a lower level and I want to go in as a receptionist, but I've never done it. So I need to be found online when a company or a recruiter starts searching for a receptionist. Now, if you haven't got that on your CV because you haven't done it, you will not come up in the list for people to find you. So one of our top tips is make sure that in the header of the CV, you put the skill or the job title that you're looking to undertake, and you write it twice, reception, receptionist. You make sure that you put the font white and then close the header. Now, just because you've never done the job doesn't mean your CV won't be opened or you won't be found. So digital optimization, I mean, it's so crucial in today's world, and that's about having the CV so well presented that when we find you, we go, yeah, I want to give that more time. Get yourself ruled in, let us find you, be digitally optimized, and then at least when we get to call you, now you've got your chance to sell yourself. I think for graduates, it's really challenging for them in identifying what they want to do. And I have to say, I look back on my career and I had no idea what I wanted to do. Now, I didn't go to university. I got my offers, but I chose not to go. So straight after A-levels, I just got a job, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I think what's really hard for graduates is there is this pressure today, and I'm not sure where it comes from. I don't know if it comes from parents or society, or I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet, but I do know it's an inordinate amount of pressure to know what you want to do. And I feel like it's because maybe we've had a generation or two that's been very successful and ended up being very self-employed, and we've taken this sort of squiggly career move, in the world, that it's like the parental pressure is like, well, find out what you want to do and make money and do this and do that. And actually, the most successful journeys are just by trying things. So the biggest advice is don't put that pressure on yourself. I didn't find what I wanted to do straight away. I just got a job. I got a job in Barclays. I mean, how far removed is that from recruitment? The corporate world. And don't feel the pressure to stay in something for a very long time doing something you don't like. Leave, learn from it, but make sure the next move is going to contribute to you knowing yourself even better. Want to learn pro? Come join us on UniPro.